Hi, I'm Ed.
I'm Catherine.
And we are Have Fun, We'll Travel.
Have gun, we'll travel, reach the card of a man.
We hope you enjoy our travel videos as we want to share our fun while we travel across the U.S. and around the world. Relax, enjoy, and help us share our retirement travels by liking and subscribing to our YouTube channels, Have Fun, We'll Travel, and Ed Foodie. Thank you. As part of our 2019 wildflower trip, we decided to spend a little extra time in Luling and Lockhart, Texas. Welcome to Luling, Texas, home of the Texas Oil Museum and the Watermelon Thump Festival. During the Watermelon Thump Festival, this town grows in population from 5,000 to 50,000. One of the water towers even looks like a watermelon. Here's the Luling Oil Museum. The Watermelon Thump Festival is here. And actually tomorrow is the annual Roughneck Chili and Barbecue Cook-Off. We're not going to be here. So let's go inside and see. It's a kind of the main street of town, pretty old town. You see a big watermelon down there. Oh, who's this lovely lady? Just chilling in front of the Texas Oil Museum. The town slogan is, "The toughest town in Texas." The museum is free and set up as if the town was in the 1920s. Let's take a stroll through the museum. This was particularly interesting to me since I made my career in the oil industry. Only 47% of a barrel of oil is actually used for gasoline. Here are some fun facts of the history of Luling taken from a video at the museum.
The San Marcos River lies the iconic city of Luling.
It's a small town atmosphere, your small town Texas. I don't know how to explain it, but we've got neat people here. We do a lot of neat things.
Founded in 1874 as a railroad town, it was the far western stop on the Sunset Branch of the Southern Pacific Railroad. With the water supply of the San Marcos River, commerce from the railroad, and cattle traffic from the Chisholm Trail, the town prospered. Whether it was the cowboys who were contemptuous of the law, or the general rough and hardy folks that gravitated toward town, Luling became known as the toughest town in Texas. And it took that toughness to survive when the cattle drives to railroad head dwindled. Edgar B. Davis was an oilman and philanthropist from Massachusetts and was deeply religious. He believed that he was directed by God to free Luling and Caldwell from the cotton industry that was dominating their economy through the discovery of oil. After drilling 6 unsuccessful wells and driving the company deep into debt, the 7th well, Rafael Rios No. 1, gushed on August 9, 1922.
People came in by the thousands to work in the oil field. And even the little town out west was called Ragtown. And the reason being, it was all tents.
The population grew from 1,500 to 5,000 people almost overnight in Luling.
The oil industry continued to grow and remained the primary base of Luling's economy for over 60 years. By the 1950s, farmers began diversifying their crops to include watermelons and tomatoes. It became so popular that Luling residents began holding an annual Watermelon Thump, a festival with activities like seed spitting contests and awards for the largest watermelon.
The Watermelon Thump's our annual festival that pays tribute to, the scrumptious fruit of the summer, the watermelon. Of course, you thump the watermelon to see if it's ripe, and kind of a catchy name. And back in 1954, they started the first watermelon thump, and we're still thumping to this day.
The city has also decorated many of the pumps in city limits, adding a flair of character and a sense of humor, tipping their hat to the industry they've relied on.
Like a creative, artistic flow that also represents the characters in this town.
And you always see people stop taking pictures of these pump jacks along the road.
The pump jack characters are cut out and painted and installed by myself and my assistants.
Let's continue our walk through the oil museum. As you can see, many oil companies are represented here. Some old, some new, and some non-existent now. RC Cola and a moon pie. Boy, here's an old gas pump. Black Gold, Texas tea.
See, push it, can.
There are many working models from the oil field here that you can look at and see how the oil is pumped out of the ground. All right, let's try to go find. Let's try to find some of those. Let's try to go find some of those pumping jacks. You can get a nice detailed street map at the Oil Museum showing where all the decorated pumps are. Let's take a look at a few of them. One of the decorated pump jacks. Man-eating watermelon. Right across the railroad track from the Oil Museum, they have set up a life-size drilling rig and oil pump jack. You got a little oil pump just sitting there in the backyard. I wish more of these would have been operating. It'd be kind of fun to watch, but I'm sure most of these are on timers and they're only operate certain times of the day. I think this is a pretty cool way to decorate these jacks, which normally are not very attractive throughout the city. Let's finish up our stop at Luling by watching a few more of these pumping jacks and then on our way to Lockhart. And the cow jumped over the moon. This is a butterfly. I wish we could have seen this football player in motion. It'd be kind of cool to see his arm go back and forth. One last fun fact from Luling, Texas. Actor Michael Dorn from Star Trek Next Generation was born here. As shown here, he portrayed the character, the Klingon Worf. We have another video on Texas wildflowers, but just thought we'd show a few of them here on our trip on 183 from Luling to Lockhart. Lockhart, Texas, with a population of about 13,000 people, is best known as the barbecue capital of Texas. The four main restaurants are Smitty's, Cruise, Chisholm Trail, and Black's, where we're going to eat. If you want to see our review of Black's Barbecue, check out our review on the Ed Foodie YouTube channel. Here's the main square. in Lockhart. Not a whole lot of activity. Got one building there, 1901. But the courthouse is just beautiful. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Doesn't look that big. You know, oak trees take a long time to grow. (1848) of the first courthouse. It was replaced in 1858. This was started in 1894, completed. Been beautifully kept up. Very tall. The Caldwell County Courthouse is easily the first thing you notice in Lockhart. It is pristinely well kept. Oh, another fun fact about Lockhart is that the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape was filmed here. Now here's a big oak tree. But there's no sign of when this one was planted. This is probably 100 years old. Let's take a quick walk through the courthouse. The staircases are beautiful and the floors are very fine finished wood. The columns on these staircases are enormous. Stand next to that thing so you can see how big it is. Look at the size of it. No, not Catherine. I'm saying next to Catherine. Inside the courtroom. It's pretty cool. Let's take a look at our last two buildings in Lockhart. This is the oldest library in Texas. What is now the Adams Gym was originally constructed in 1940 during the Great Depression. It was part of the WPA, or Works Progress Administration project, and built from rubble masonry. We hope you enjoyed our video going through Luling, Texas and Lockhart, Texas. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Have Fun We'll Travel with Ed and Catherine. Thank you.